Who he is. Joaquín Archivaldo Guzmán Loera, better known as El Chapo, is a Mexican former drug lord and one of the world's most infamous criminal figures. He was the longtime leader of the Sinaloa Cartel, a powerful transnational drug trafficking organization that shipped massive quantities of narcotics including cocaine. Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán is about 5 feet 6 inches tall, approximately 168 centimeters. El Chapo is serving a life sentence plus 30 years in a U.S. federal prison because of his conviction on multiple serious crimes. In February 2019, a federal jury in Brooklyn, New York found Guzmán guilty on all 10 charges in a superseding indictment. These included running a continuing criminal enterprise leading the Sinaloa Cartel, narcotics trafficking, money laundering conspiracy, using firearms in furtherance of drug crimes, murder conspiracy. These convictions were based on extensive evidence covering roughly 25 years of criminal activity. A judge sentenced him in July 2019 to life in prison plus an additional 30 years to run consecutively, and $12.6 billion in forfeiture representing drug proceeds from his operations. This sentence is being served in a maximum security U.S. federal prison believed to be Adex Florence in Colorado. El Chapo built one of the most powerful drug empires through massive drug trafficking networks, importing tons of illegal drugs into the U.S. using tunnels, boats, planes, vehicles, and corrupt officials. Violence and intimidation using sicarios hitmen to kidnap, torture, and kill rivals or those who threaten his organization. Bribery and corruption, paying officials, police, and prison guards to help his operations and facilitate escapes. Money laundering through shell companies, banks, and cash smuggling. At his trial, prosecutors presented testimony from cartel insiders, intercepted communications, and evidence of large drug seizures demonstrating the scale and brutality of his enterprise. El Chapo's criminal life was dramatic even before his final conviction. He escaped a Mexican prison in 2001, reportedly bribes in a laundry cart, was recaptured in 2014, but in 2015 escaped again, using an over 1.5 km tunnel from a maximum security prison.
He was recaptured in 2016 and later extradited to the United States, 2017, to face federal charges. El Chapo remains incarcerated under a life sentence without parole in a U.S. federal maximum security facility. His conviction is widely seen as one of the most significant blows against international drug trafficking leadership. When talking about how many people El Chapo himself personally killed, there's no precise number of individual murders he was legally proven to have committed with his own hands. In his U.S. trial, prosecutors did not present a specific body count attributed solely to his personal acts. Instead, he was convicted of participating in murder conspiracies as part of his role leading the Sinaloa Cartel, meaning he helped organize, order, or profit from violence carried out by cartel members. So while he wasn't convicted of murder count X, the evidence showed he directed an organization deeply involved in killings, including planning and authorizing violence. It's important to distinguish targets of legal conviction from the broader impact of cartel violence. The Sinaloa Cartel under El Chapo was one of the main actors in Mexico's long and deadly drug war. In the early 1990s, Guzmán's group was involved in violent attacks against rival cartels, with several people killed during their battles with rivals like the Arellano Felix cartel. Throughout the 2000s and 2010s, the cartel's expansion and clashes with other cartels, like Los Zetas or Beltran Leyva, contributed to tens of thousands of deaths in Mexico's drug wars.